Good morning, Vinyl community. It's Phil from what's going to turn out to be the sunny Fraser Valley in British Columbia today. It's cold and clear outside. The sun's come up for a change as opposed to the torrential rain we've been having. Nice for a change. I haven't been on here for a bit over a month. The last video I did was talking about my upcoming Halloween party. And between that and rentals on the house and a couple of medical issues and parties to go to, it's just been a busy, crazy month and a bit. So I've got some albums to share with you. I'll call this a vinyl update. I got a couple of purchases from Amazon which have recently shown up, and I've got a few albums from a recent vinyl record fair we had at Main Street in Vancouver. That was 2 weeks ago, and I'm only just getting to opening them now. We have 3 or 4 of these things a year here, and this one was at Main Street at Heritage Hall, which is kind of a small venue. It used to be an old church, I think, and they have maybe 16, 18 vendors in it, I want to say. There might be a couple more, I didn't count them, but it's a very small, crowded facility, and it gets very hot and uncomfortable inside after a few hours. You shoulder to shoulder like sardines in there. So not the most great experience, but I go to it every time. There's always something I want, always something I find that's missing off my list that I want to fill a hole with or whatever. So I've got a few to show you. The other vinyl community, the other vinyl show they have is usually held at the place here called the Croatian Cultural Center, and that is a much nicer venue. It's bigger, it's wider, it's got a stage. They usually have a DJ up there playing music and making announcements during the whole thing, and a lot more tables, a lot more vendors. Prices are usually cheaper there than they are at this Main Street one. It's just all a much better venue. But it is what it is. I go to it every time, and I picked up a few things off my list that I wanted, and some things I didn't even know I wanted. So, you know, like I said in an earlier video, when I go to these things, there's always something. I never come home empty-handed, and I always spend more money than I intend to spend. Good thing they have an ATM there. So I'm going to start it right off by apologizing for my voice. At my wife's urging, I recently went to a sleep apnea clinic and got diagnosed with it, and have these CPAP machine hooked to my face all night long, and it dries my throat and my mouth out, so my voice is a little rough. So if I have to stop to take a sip of tea now and then, bear with me. So what I picked up there at the vinyl fair was this is a upgrade copy. I had 2 of these, and I sent one to a friend of mine, Bernard Jean. Hello, Bernard, in Quebec. And I found a really good upgrade copy at the fair. This is Heart's debut album, Dreamboat Annie, and this is in almost pristine shape. The gatefold is just fantastic condition. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm kind of close to the camera, but this is in fantastic shape. I don't know if this is an original pressing or not, but it's on the Mushroom label. And the vinyl is absolutely spotless. When I opened it up there to check it, I didn't even have to run a dust cloth over it. It was that clean. Like this guy even said, yeah, I clean my albums before I show them because I want to get what I want, asking for them. So nice to see someone who takes a little pride in what they sell. A lot of these guys don't even alphabetize their albums. They just take them in chunks and put them in boxes, and no people are going to go through them. But after a while, if you get tired of that, leaning over crates and searching, thumbing through stuff, hoping to find something. This next one, I've been looking for a long time. I've never seen it. It was $30. I didn't want to spend that much, but it's in excellent shape. Like I said, I've never seen it on vinyl. I wanted to have it in my collection. It's the only Don Henley solo album I didn't have, and that is The End of the Innocents. The guy even put a sticker on it that says great shape. I think I'll leave that on there. I'm going to make sure I peel it off without damaging the cover. But this is just pristine condition. This is just like it got unwrapped. And like I said, you wanted $30 for that, and I said, yeah, well, you know what? I've never seen it. I want it. I'm going to have it. You only had one. I've never seen it. And this had The End of the Innocents, Heart of the Matter, New York Minute. What else was on here that I know? Last Worthless Leaving. A lot of good songs in this. I've never had a problem with any Don Henley solo album, so I'm gonna enjoy that, I know. Some of these don't even have the outer protective sleeves on yet. I haven't gone through these. Like I said, it's been a busy time here at home. This one, other than the first two albums, which I didn't realize I was missing, this is the only one of this band I didn't have in the collection, and that's Styx, Kilroy Was Here. I've avoided buying this album just because I don't like that song, Mr. Roboto. Unfortunately, it leads off the album on side one. I gather it's a theme album. I can't stand that song, but I have everything else except the first two, like I said, so it fills a hole in the collection. I just can't stand knowing that I don't have it. There's my ADD for you, my OCD, pardon me. Gotta just fill that little gap in the collection. There's a gatefold with all the lyrics on it. Yeah, it was driving me nuts not having this when I saw it there, and I thought, yeah, I gotta have it. I gotta fill that little gap in the collection there. And now I'll have to get number 1 and number 2. Can't believe I didn't have that. You never know until you read your list, right? Sometimes I just gloss over it and don't really read the details on what I'm missing. But I've seen those albums before, and I'll find them at the next record fair, or one of my local record shops. I know Crazy Bob has number 2. I phone him, and he says, yeah, I'll put it aside for you. Then I got a couple from Bob Seger that I was missing, and one is Beautiful Loser. Great album. I had this on CD. I've been looking for it on vinyl for a long time in good shape. I finally found one. It isn't all beat up. A little bit of ring wear on the cover, but the vinyl is spotless, and the back of the album is great. A little bit of ring wear visible on the front up here, but not bad at all. Really, really good shape. And that was only like $5, I think it was. No, $8. I'm sorry. But I'm really happy to have that. Another CD that can go to the thrift store to a buddy who wants it. I'm trying to get rid of my CDs. Next one I got from him was the first album of his, which just on the front cover says the Bob Seger System. On the spine it just says Bob Seger, and on the back it says it's called Ramblin' Gamblin' Man. So, whatever you want to call it, his first album. The cover is pretty beat up. I've been looking for a really good copy of this for a long time, and I've given up. So I got this. I'll keep looking for an upgrade, but the top of the cover corner is bent, and there's a hole over here where someone stuck a pin or something through it. I don't know why people treat their albums like this. You're going to spend money on it, take care of it, right? But at least the vinyl is in really good shape. That's what I care about. The vinyl's in really good shape. I bought that at a table, and the guy wanted $10 for it, but I showed him the corner and the hole, and he says, yeah, whatever. How many albums are you buying? I bought a bunch off him, so he gave them all to me for $5 a piece. Including this one. I didn't have this one from Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Southern Accents. I only know one song on this album, by title at least anyway, and that's Don't Come Around Here No More. By title I don't know the rest, although I'm sure I'll recognize them once I put it on and play it. It's in really nice shape. The cover's got a little bit of damage on the spine, I don't know if you can see that or not, but the spine's a little beat up. But it's the vinyl again that I care about the most, and the vinyl is in really good shape. So I'm looking forward to playing that and fill a little hole in my Tom Petty collection. Excuse me. That machine really dries out your throat. Got to get them to adjust that in my follow-up meeting. Next one, another one I didn't have in my collection that just filling a gap. Rolling Stones Beggar Banquet, or pardon me, not Beggar's Banquet, Goat's Head Soup. I'm sorry. I was looking at Beggar's Banquet over in the corner over there. Goat's Head Soup. I didn't have this one, and this was in pretty decent shape. This again was off the table for only $5, so still got the original sleeve in it. Dancing with Mr. D, Do 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 Heartbreaker, Angie's on this. This is a really cool album, actually. I mean, you can't go wrong with the Stones. Well, I suppose you could if you're not a huge Stones fan, but I love the Stones, and I didn't have this. So, again, this trip was, I didn't find any real Grail albums. I just filled a bunch of gaps in the thing, in my collection. This one, well, I might call this a Grail find, but I've seen it before, but not in this shape. This is in really excellent shape. And at my Halloween party, I had a lot of people wanted to hear CCR. And I go to my collection, I've got Cosmo Factory, and I've got Queen's Gold, I think, and I was missing a whole ton of hits. And I found this there, again at the table for where I spent $5 on each one because I bought a ton of them. And this is Willie and the Poor Boys. And this is an excellent shape. And this could almost be a greatest hits on its own with all those songs on this that were great. I mean, Fortunate Son, Midnight Special, Down on the Corner, Came Out of the Sky, Cotton Fields, it just goes on. Not a bad song on this album. The vinyl again is in absolutely mint shape. The covers are really good. And to steal that for $5 I think was a steal. But like I said, I was buying almost all my albums off this one guy. He had one box that just, whatever, just caught my attention. The next one, I didn't really need. I didn't have it in my collection, but I didn't really need it. This is a greatest hits package, which, you know, if I have all the albums of the band, I don't really usually go out and buy the greatest hits album, but it was only $10. It's a double album. It's REO Speedwagon, a decade of rock and roll, 1970, 1980. It's in really good shape. It was $10, and I thought, you know what? I love the band. I got all their albums. I'm just going to go ahead and get it. And really nice gatefold. See all the cool pictures of the band over the years. I mean, when I do DJ these parties, I do get asked to play them a lot. I'm actually surprised that people want to hear them as much as they do, but thought I was one of the few people that loves them that much. But whatever, it fills another hole in the shelf, right? And the next one again is one that I had on CD that I wanted to get rid of, and I've been looking for it on vinyl for a long time in good shape. I finally found one in good shape, and that's the Best of the Doobies, Volume 1. It doesn't say Volume 1. I assume they had a second best of later on in their career, but this one was in really, really good shape. This one I got at another table for another, this was $10. Again, I wanted to get rid of the CD, so there we go. Last three are all Canadian bands. This is April Wine Live, and this is from 1974 tour. I only know a couple of songs on this. This is really from their early collection, so I'm looking forward to playing that. I don't know a lot of their early stuff, so I'm going to look forward to giving that a try. I've seen April Wine live. That was about 1982, 83, I want to say. And they were a great band on tour. I think that was the Harder, Faster, it might have been the Nature of the Beast tour, but that was a really cool show, and I thought, well, I'll try their early stuff, why not? These next two are at the recommendation of another YouTuber, a friend of mine, Bernard Jean from Quebec, and he recommended the band Saga. They were really high on his list of top bands. They might have even been his favorite, I can't remember. But he really pushed me to say, you know, you should try this band. You should try this band. So I did. I found a couple of theirs. I don't know any of the songs on these. And that is Silent Night. And I think this is their debut album because it just says Saga on it. They've got sort of a moth theme going on their early albums, at least anyway. There's a moth there, and can't see in the background of this one, there's a moth with a rocket looking to launch and a few more flying up in the distance. Really cool cover, actually. But both of these, the covers are kind of beat up. On that first one, the back cover's pretty chewed up. Someone's had some stickers or something on it, or it got stuck to a wall, maybe it looks like. But you know, they were $3 or $4 a piece, and I thought, you know, he recommends them highly. I've trusted him so far in things he's recommended. He's trusted me vice versa in a couple of bands I've recommended to him. So I'm going to spend the $3 or $4. It's just chump change, right? And I'm going to try them. If I don't like them, I can pass them on. If I do like them, I can get more. I know I have another one of theirs somewhere that I picked up recently at a friend of mine's store, Crazy Bob's Music Emporium, and I can't find it. I think I packed it away when I was preparing for my Halloween party to put everything alphabetical so I could find it, and I can't remember what it was called. What was it called? Bernard, you're probably itching to know what album I bought. You can bear with me, I will find out. It was Heads or Tails, and I played that one and I liked it, so I thought, yeah, I'm going to try these two. If I like them, I'll buy a couple more. he really recommended their live album to me, but I can't find it, so I will keep looking. These next three are off of Amazon, so obviously new vinyl. One has got a hit that I've been looking for ages. This is a 2003 album by Jet called Get Born, and it's got the hit Are You Gonna Be My Girl on it. I YouTubed it before I bought this to make sure it's not just a one-hit thing. There are a few of the songs in here I like, so I know I'm going to enjoy the album. And I get asked to play that song, Are You Gonna Be My Girl, at parties all the time. I don't have it, sorry. But now I found it on vinyl, and it was 18 bucks. So not a bad deal at all for new vinyl. It's still sealed. I haven't opened it yet, but I'm going to be playing that this weekend. My wife volunteered me to DJ at one of her staff Christmas parties. They have like 3 or 4. She works in 2 or 3 departments at times and still has friends in those departments. So I got volunteered to do that. So I'll play that at that party. And this next one is the only album, well, the second to last album I'm missing from Alan Parsons. This is his latest one out in June or July this year. This is The Secret. Pretty cool cover. In the back there he is himself, standing on his magic wands laid out like a keyboard or a road. And pretty cool cover. And this is a gatefold as well. Really nice packaging on this. So you can see it's got all the lyrics inside and a few pictures underneath. It's my camera doesn't do this justice. It's really a nice looking packaging. And interesting, this just says Alan Parsons, not Alan Parsons Project, so I don't know why he's ditched the project name. But that's his latest one. I didn't have it. I wanted it on a vinyl. I've liked every Alan Parsons album I've got, like I said. The only one I'm missing is the Sicilian Maneuver, which has all the chess pieces on the front cover. Excuse me, I'm hoping to find that soon. But one day I will, I know it's on vinyl, I just can't find it yet. Yeah, Alan Parsons, a lot of people don't seem to do reviews on him. I like him. I like his sound. I like his themes. Most of his albums seem to have themes. And no one album really stands out as, their Sgt. Pepper, their Abbey Road, or their Dark Side of the Moon. They don't really seem to have that album, that really masterpiece. But I like them all. They're all good, solid listens. They're all entertaining. They're all just good music. And the last one I got is off Amazon as well, and that is my long-awaited pre-order Garth Brooks Legacy. When this was first announced, I missed it, and you could apparently buy 3 editions of this. There was the remastered, analog, and this one, the limited edition. I missed that window to order those 3. I didn't hear about it, but I did see this when I was just Googling Garth Brooks vinyl for a laugh one day. And it was on my want list, and I'm going through seeing if anything is on yet or not, and this is issued. Fantastic. This has Fresh Horses, In Pieces, The Chase, and No Fences, and it's also got a beautiful triple live album. I'm sure everybody's sick and tired of seeing all the people reviewing this and showing it off, but I'm going to show you mine anyway, just for the hell of it, very briefly. The triple live album seems to come in 4 or 5 or 6 different jackets, and I haven't seen this one shown on YouTube yet. And mine is the 2014-2018 The Comeback Tour sleeve. So you can see it if I hold that back further. Really cool jacket. This is really, really well done. Really good package. Really good display. So you got the whole inner sleeve with the gatefold with tons of pictures of him and the band live. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing that or hearing this. I haven't never saw Garth Brooks live. I didn't really get into him. Excuse me. When he was out and touring, and then he stopped, and then I got into him, and just, damn, I missed the boat. So hopefully he comes back on tour. I don't think he'll come to Vancouver, but if he comes to Seattle or Portland, and I can get tickets, I would gladly drive down for the day and have a do with him if he ever goes on tour again for a big tour. The whole package comes with this big ass poster. I won't unfold the whole thing. It's a bit ungamely. It's just a larger picture of the cover with the astronaut with the reflection of the crowd in his face shield. And besides the 4 studio albums and the 3 live LPs, it also comes with the same collection on CD. So it's got the 4 CDs, which I already have, which is why I wanted it on vinyl. I want to get rid of the CDs. So now I got 4 more. I'll leave them in the package. They won't take up space on my CD shelf. And it's got the 3 live discs. You know, play those in the truck. Yeah, there's a use for CDs still. I can play them in the truck. So yeah, that's what I got. I got a busy weekend up ahead of playing this stuff to get caught up, although there's still renovations in the house to finish up. We're almost there. Yeah, the Garth Brooks comes with this cool little end cap, which I forgot to put on. I'm going to leave the shrink wrap on that for now because I don't know if anybody makes a plastic outer sleeve big enough to fit that. So the next vinyl record fair here will be in April, I believe, and that will be at the Croat Center. So I'm looking forward to that one because, like I said earlier, it's a bigger venue, more space, more vendors. Prices usually a bit cheaper, and it's just a much more pleasant experience than the little Main Street hall. And I always come away with a big hall there. So I managed to whittle a few off my list at this one, but you know what? Then I'm looking down it and I think Styx 1 and 2, and I've added more to the list than what I just purchased. It's just every time I take something off this list, I add 2 to it. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Sorry, my sore throat giving out here. My next video, I'm going to do a review of Freestyle Vinyl, which is a service where you can send in a list of songs and they will download them for you and burn them on an album, or you can send in your own MP3 files and they will burn them to an album. And you can pick and choose covers. They have their own basic standard cover, which is included in the package, which just is white with their little logo in the corner. Or you can send in your own photograph and they'll turn that into the album cover, which is what I did. And it's really cool. I mean, there was a lot of stuff I wanted on my list that was one-hit wonders, or just the music wasn't on vinyl, at least at the time. And I wanted these songs, so I want to play these things on vinyl. So I'll pick the best of the songs that I want off my want list that I can't find, and just give them to them. And yeah, they burn an album. It came to me. It's a really good service. I'm going to get that done again if I can't find a whole bunch more of this stuff. So I'll do a review on that soon and show you the goofy cover I picked. It's a picture of a friend of mine face bombing a photo. So that's it for now. I got to get to my doctor's appointment. It's 9 in the morning here on Tuesday, and I got a doctor's appointment at 9:40. So I'm going to go to that and then off to work for the day. So I will see you again, hopefully. Please leave your comments down below and hit the subscribe button. Thank you to all the guys who have subscribed to me, and appreciate that very much. This is much more fun, like I said, when you got an audience and you think somebody's listening, other than me just rambling away talking to myself. So I will say goodbye and have a good day. Bye.